And good evening, everybody. Welcome here to the NNSCRA Icebreakers Online Series race number 6 as we are here at Talladega Super Speedway under the lights for some night restrictor plate racing. On the pole position is going to be Dylan Schwallenberg. Alongside of him, Dunn LaPrade. Row 2 will be Brandon Schmidt. And making his debut, Matteo Giuliano. Richard Johnson lines up 5th. 6th place, I believe, is going to be Charles Jackson. 7th place could be Austin Ogo. 8th place Ian Dutta. 9th will be Danny Wells. And completing the top 10 will be Jessica Shelton. Dylan Young will be 11th. 12th place I believe is Austin LaPlante. 13th is going to be Robbie Jackson. 14th place is going to be John Garnes. 15th Jonathan Feld. 16th place is going to be Joshua Collard. 17th Dylan Poteet, 18th place Seth Cole, 19th Joey Murphy, and then the rest of the cars to run in this race will be Brandon Guns, Corey Williams, and Zach Buchanan, as well as Luis Hernandez. The green flag is already out. A number of drivers having a few connection problems here on the start of this green flag run, including Dylan Young and Corey Williams, but Dylan Schwallenberg was able to get the jump. He'll get out in front now of Dunn LaPrade, as it looks like Dylan Young is falling towards the back due to some warping issues. A lot of room to be able to pass here at this racetrack, and we're going to see them try and utilize every line they can as now Dunn LaPrade jumps up to the high side. But he's going to get freight trained here. Nobody up there to help him with the possible exception of Danny Wells in the 31. We may now see a high line start to work. Here we go. Brandon Schmidt jumps up there. Richard Johnson and Ogo, though, they decide to stay down there. Number of drivers making their debuts here tonight, including, as I said, Matteo Giuliano. Also making his debut is Robbie Jackson. Also making his debut is Brandon Guns. Now an outside line begins to form. Jonathan Feld, another driver, I believe, that is making his debut here tonight, as he's up there with Robbie Jackson and Brandon Schmidt and Dunn LaPrade now, as there's a high line starting up. Whoa, wow, Jessica Shelton dodging and weaving back there. She jumps to the high side of Austin LaPlante. Inside line starting to form up here and getting really tight as they're going to split Robbie Jackson into the middle. Schwallenberg, Richard Johnson, Austin Ogo, that's the top 3 at the current moment, as they are 3 wide behind him there. Dylan Poteet, who started quite a ways back in this field, has now worked his way up to 4th, and there's Matteo Giuliano. Great run right now for him in the 5th position as one car goes down to the apron. It's Ian Dutta, and he nearly hit Seth Cole into Brandon Schmidt. And now Seth Cole is up there, now going to move in front of the 33, but oh man, that was close. That was a good save. But Ian Dutta cut way down into turn 1, and that was nearly a wreck. Danny Wells now kicked to the high side with no groove. Tell you what, it certainly is a Mountain Dew night here at this racetrack, because you got 2 cars, Danny Wells and Charles Jackson, running Mountain Dew Pitch Black paint schemes. And then you got 3 drivers running Mountain Dew Baja Blast. John Garnes in the 56, Dylan Poteet in the 22, and Zach Buchanan in the 4. Right now, though, Richard Johnson seems rather content to run behind Dylan Schwallenberg. Matter of fact, well, I was going to say the top 5 look pretty content to ride around their single file, and as soon as I say that, Robbie Jackson makes a move on Matteo to go down to the inside and take away the 4th position. Now they're starting to get all racy again as, Schwallenberg, oh wow, Richard Johnson peeking to the high side, and he's got help in Ogo. Schwallenberg pinched all the way down there to that double yellow line, but he did not cross over it. As now Schwallenberg's going to have help in the form of Dylan Poteet, so it's 2 cars inside line, 2 cars outside line. Which line's going to move? Looks like maybe that outside line's getting a better run. Oh, Ian Dutta blinking in front of the field, right in front of Austin LaPlante. That was a close call, as Richard Johnson is going to lead that lap. Valuable bonus point there, and oh, wow. Dylan Schwallenberg just letting Richard Johnson into that inside line. That almost didn't work. Right now, though, we've got Good battle up here at the front, but we got a number of drivers hanging back too. John Garden, Zach Buchanan, Luis Hernandez, Corey Williams, Joey Murphy hanging back near the rear of this field. Possibly banking on a caution coming out as Schwallenberg got a little loose through that corner, almost slid up into Ogo. These drivers moving around here. Not a whole lot of grip apparently or something, because they are all over the place, but they're keeping it clean and green. We've completed 5 green flag laps. We're about to complete 5 green flag laps and put lap 6 on the board. Richard Johnson is the leader, Schwallenberg in second, and it was a drag race between Austin Ogo and Dylan Poteet for third at the line. Look at these drivers all over the place here through turns 1 and 2, but somehow, someway, they're keeping it together. Whoa, contact there between Schwallenberg and Richard Johnson, almost turned the 93 up the racetrack. They keep it together, though. We're still green. It's been some good, hard racing, but they've been at least keeping it clean. Either that or they've put on some tremendous saves. As Richard Johnson, who is credited with a win at Atlanta, even though it wasn't really a race that was counted, but he still gets credited with the win because it was a problem of getting service together and everything. He's looking for what would be his second win of the season. Ian Dutta gets forced down beneath the double yellow line again. It's the second time he's done something like that today, and now this time he's going to pay for it. Gets kicked up to the high side, and I think he's going to get freight trained. Meanwhile, let's find out where some of our debut drivers are running. Where's Brandon Guns at the current moment? Crossed the line in 15th last time by. Right here at the tail end of this pack, there's another driver making his debut, Robbie Jackson. 16th is where he's running right at the current moment. And I believe Mateo's running a little bit better than these two. He's up here right in the thick of it in the 6th position, and Jonathan Feld right behind him as well. Last time around, Feld was scored in 10th. As up at the front, it's still Richard Johnson, but now instead of Dylan Schwallenberg, he has Austin Ogo as his drafting partner. Then it's Austin the Plant, Ian Dutta, and then Schwallenberg, who has slipped back to 5th place. Outside line again, trying to form up. This time, Dunn LaPrade leading the charge with Jonathan Feld and Dylan Poteet. Charles Jackson goes down to the inside there. Something amiss maybe on the 19 machine as everybody goes around on the outside. Charles Jackson was down in the breakdown lane for a moment there, and Corey Williams running way back here apparently has lost the draft. Dylan Young back has lost the draft as well. Dylan falling back there due to some problems with internet connection, and Joey Murphy currently sits on pit road. Right now, though, Richard Johnson has done a good job of holding these guys off. Either that or they haven't really wanted to make moves on the 93, but whatever the case, I believe he's led the most laps tonight. Either that or he's close to tying Dylan Schwallenberg. They've either split it or something, and oh, Ian Dutta gets the apron there and nearly came up into Schwallenberg. One thing these drivers were talking about during the practice and qualifying sessions was there's a huge suck up here. You've noticed how these drivers have been able to kind of snake their way, keep in the draft. Well, there's a huge suck up here. If you can keep in the draft, you can stay with this pack and get a huge run on them, even if you're just by yourself. Top 5 remains the same basically, but that outside line is trying to work their way up here. Dunn LaPrade side by side with Dylan Schwallenberg for 5th place, and he's got Feld and Poteet still up there trying to get something going on the high line, but so far nothing has seemed to work. Oh, heard some scraping back there. That may have been the suspension though. Oh, Robbie Jackson lagging back there. And looks like he keeps it together though. I don't know if somebody got the wall or not, but whatever the case, we are still green as now Ian Dutta has jumped up to the high line, and now the high line's starting to get some help up there. Dutta, LaPrade, as well as Jonathan Feld, Dylan Poteet, I believe Joshua Collard has now jumped up there to help. See if they can start making some headway here. Dutta giving up 4th position to jump to that high line, and now Austin LaPlante. I don't think LaPlante actually wanted to go up to the high line. I think he got forced up there. I don't think he was able to get back in line there with Schwallenberg. So a unexpected volunteer, if you will. Austin LaPlante coming up there, and now Ian Dutt is going to ditch the low line. Oh, well, look out, LaPlante! Oh, what a save! Oh, what a save! Ian Dutt lagging in front of the field. LaPlante nearly wrecked her, and how did he hang on to that? And now everybody starts to scatter as Ian continues to blink in front of the field. Holy cow, LaPlante with an unbelievable save. That car was slideways, and somehow, someway, we are still green flag racing as Ian Dutt jumps up to the high side there to let drivers on by due to the blinking that just occurred a moment ago. Top three now are Richard Johnson, Austin Ogo, and Dylan Schwallenberg. And believe it or not, we have only a total of 27 laps to go. And we have been green flag ever since the start of this race. These guys have done a tremendous, tremendous job. Austin Ogo taking a peek down there. Right down with both right side, or left side tires, I should say, on that double yellow line. Richard Johnson didn't give him enough room to make the move, and so Ogo will have to run in behind him still. Everybody so far, from what I know, with the exception of Joey Murphy, is still on the lead lap. Oh, no, Dylan Young is one lap down, they're saying. And now Robbie Jackson is starting to fall back. And he's slowing down. Something apparently wrong on the 191 of Robbie Jackson, and he's pulling it down onto the apron of the racetrack, and apparently is retired. Not certain what that's about, but Robbie Jackson here in his debut, retiring from this race, and oh, Mateo got turned! Look out! Oh, and he got nailed by Charles Jackson! Everyone scattering on the back straightaway. Mateo, who got turned in the middle of the back straightaway, gets pummeled by the 19 of Charles Jackson, and that's going to be a caution. Caution will wave for the first time here tonight at Talladega on lap 13 of 38, and Richard Johnson's going to be the leader under this yellow. So first caution of the evening. Looks like a two-car incident. Mateo was running up inside the top 5 at the moment, I believe. And the caution flag is out. So we'll take a look and see if anybody's going to make some pit stops here under this yellow flag. I believe they are going to have to at least pit once. Joshua Collard, he and Austin LaPlante down there on the apron. I don't know what's going on there, but I think Mateo's all ready to pit road. Charles Jackson already on pit road. There's Mateo in the 18, making his debut here tonight. Had a solid car, and he'll pull in, get his damage repaired if he can. Charles Jackson is not yet in his pit stall. And here come the leaders. I think everybody's coming to pit road. I don't think anybody's going to stay out. Johnson's coming in. Schwallenberg, Danny Wells, Feld, Ogo, LaPrade, Schmidt, Poteet. Now let's see. Whoa, everybody having to avoid Charles Jackson coming onto pit road here. Now let's see what the strategy is going to be for these guys. Will it be a gas and go? Will they go for tires? I don't really know how bad tire wear was for them on that run. Didn't look like it was too terrible. Those guys did a great job out there. As Richard pulls into his pit stall. Let's see if they go for anything as far as rubber. Nope, looks like it's going to be a gas and go for the Quaker State Axe Chevrolet number 93. He just barely beats LaPrade out, and I think he just barely beat Schwallenberg out. And it looks like Joshua Collard has decided to stay out and lead a lap here in the 43. So that's going to be a valuable bonus point for Collard, who's in the top 5 in points, I believe. Dylan Young right behind him is a lap down. So it looks like Collard may be our leader coming back to the green, unless he's going to come down and pit this next time around. But let's take a look and see what put us under the caution for the first time here tonight at Talladega. Now, Danny Wells was the car behind Matteo Giuliano at the time. And you see Danny's car just barely peek out of line there to the high side, and Yeah, he either was some bumper grab there on the right rear, or he may have bumped him in the right rear, and it just caused the 18 to go around. Everybody diving down to the inside line to avoid Charles Jackson, though he may have thought the 18 was going to come back down, but man, that's a hard hit for Charles Jackson and Mateo to take. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Luis Hernandez, we're going to rewind it here, I believe he does a great job just barely avoiding the flipping 19. Look at this. Look at Luis Hernandez right here. Going to go underneath and just barely avoid getting clipped by the Mountain Dew Dodge. That was a close call. And there you see the 18 of Mateo, and Joshua Collard able to slither his way through all this. And that is what put us under the caution for the first time here tonight. And I was right. Matteo Giuliano was running in the top 5. He was currently in the 4th position at the moment that happened. So the caution flag's out. Let's head back now for the restart. Getting ready to go back to green. Joshua Collard did not come to pit road, so he will restart as the leader. Richard Johnson 2nd, Dylan Schwallenberg 3rd, Don LaPrade 4th, 5th Jonathan Feld, then it's Austin Ogo 6th, 7th Austin LaPlante. Zach Buchanan will be 8th. 9th place will be Dylan Poteet and Brandon Schmidt in 10th. 11th will be John Garnes. 12th will be Brandon Guns. 13th Ian Dutta. 14th Seth Cole. 15th will be Jessica Shelton. 16th Luis Hernandez. 17th place will be Corey Williams. 18th Danny Wells. 19th Matteo Giuliano. And Dylan Young, well, he's being scored in 20th, yeah. And then Joey Murphy is currently in 21st, as Dylan Young continues to blink there, having some internet problems. Whoa! Schwallenberg, Richard Johnson getting together, and we almost ended up having our second caution right after our first one. Let's update what's going on as far as drivers in the race or out of the race, and from what it looks like, 2 drivers have retired, Charles Jackson and Robbie Jackson. Joey Murphy is 3 laps down in the 21st position, and Corey Williams appears to be falling towards the back of the pack. Yeah, he did. He fell all the way back to the tail end of the field. That may have been strategy on the part of the 73. Think back to the last time we were at a restrictor plate track. Corey Williams, with no second gear, ended up getting a top 5 finish at Daytona. So keep an eye out for that 73 car. It's Joshua Collard. I believe these are the first few laps he's ever actually led in NNSCRA Icebreakers Online Series. Yes, he's got Jonathan Feld helping him right now on that inside line. Outside line trying to get going again. Now it's Schwallenberg, Richard Johnson, Ogo. I believe that's Buchanan and John Garnes up there trying to help that outside line move. It's hard to tell all these Baja Blast machines apart, with the exception of the number, because the schemes are so similar. Right now, though, here comes that outside line. Big run there for Schwallenberg and Richard Johnson. And it's going to be a dead even heat at the line. Will it be Collard? Will it be Schwallenberg? It will be Schwallenberg by a nose. So the inside line and the outside line have just about the same number of cars right now. And oh, now they're starting to split up. Look out. Feld went up to the middle groove, now tucks back in line behind Collard. And now here comes Brandon Guns, Jessica Shelton, and Luis Hernandez. Where will they go? And wherever they go, it may turn the tide of which line's going to move. And now everybody seems to be abandoning the inside line and moving up high. And now they're going to go 3 wide. Jonathan Feld trying to go up the middle with Richard Johnson. Oh, careful. Oh, whoa, careful, guys. 3 wide here. Collard stuck in the middle as Schwallenberg goes to the lead. Oh, no, not 4 wide. Austin LaPlante moves up. Ogo going to go underneath him. They were almost 4 wide there for a second, and they keep it together again. And now Collard tucks in line in front of Ian Dutta as they're starting to get really racy here now. Don LaPrade has moved his way up to 3rd place right behind Feld as they're going to try to work to the high side now on Dylan Schwallenberg, and I think they're going to be able to do it. It's 2 cars against 1. Oh, 1 car pulls way down to the apron. Was that Corey Williams again? That was Corey Williams. And there's Matteo Giuliano back here too. We know he has a damaged race car, and now Dylan Young has pulled his car to pit road. Outside line is working at Talladega. Jonathan Feld to the lead. Dunlop Pratt into second. Now they're going to go to the inside line. As Richard Johnson, Austin Ogo continue to try and get the outside line moving. Dylan Poteet has now jumped up there to help. And now Ogo, now he'll move to the lower groove and leave Richard Johnson out to dry. Right now, though, we are getting close to the end of this race, and these guys have been doing a great job here tonight. Right now, top 5 stands currently as Jonathan Feld, Dunlop Pratt, Dylan Schwallenberg, Austin Ogo, and Dylan Poteet. Oh, look out! Oh, they're wrecking! Oh, LaPlante, Murphy, Danny Wells is collected. One car upside down, that's Jessica Shelton. John Garnes is involved, and Zach Buchanan's been collected as well. Look out, Mateo coming through, Corey Williams coming through. They get through it cleanly. But that's going to bring out a yellow. Danny Wells has brought his car onto the pit road. And there were about 4 or 5 machines caught up in this one. As Jonathan Feld leads the way here under our second caution of the evening with about 17 laps to go. Let's jump back and see what exactly happened. I think the big one has struck here tonight at Talladega. Let's see what happens here. Zach Buchanan's given Austin LaPlante a huge shove here into turn number 3. And then John Garnes is tucked up right behind them as well. And they get a nice run here on Richard Johnson. LaPlante's going to move down as if he may go 3 wide, then moves back up as if he may go 3 wide on the high side. Oh, and then he bumped Richard Johnson in the corner, and then I think Buchanan then came up and got LaPlante in the left rear. Yeah, but when LaPlante bumped Richard Johnson there, that killed his momentum, and that outside line that was tucked up there with Garnes and Buchanan, they just came right up and had nowhere to go and ran right into the back of the 48. There's Joey Murphy getting collected. Danny Wells gets hit there in the passenger side door, and right back there, John Garnes comes down and collects Jessica Shelton in the 9. Hard hits into the inside safer barrier for a number of drivers. Murphy gets airborne after his car backs into the wall. Shelton's car flips over. Danny Wells and John Garnes also hitting there. It's a great thing that that safer barrier was put in that area because a number of drivers took some hits into it. Let's take a few onboard cameras. On board with John Garnes in the 56. Wow, a lot of hard licks right there. And now from the rear of Austin LaPlante's machine. Yeah, you heard right there that one area where LaPlante actually had to let out of the throttle. That was after he had bumped Richard Johnson in the corner, and that just killed the momentum of the whole outside line. So as the field gets themselves doubled up here, we're going to get ready to go back to green on lap 25 of 38. Jonathan Feld is the leader, Dylan Schwallenberg second, Dunlop Pratt third, Dylan Poteet in fourth, fifth Richard Johnson, sixth Brandon Schmidt, Brandon Gunn seventh, eighth is Matteo Giuliano, ninth place will be Ian Dutta, and I believe 10th is going to be Joshua Collard, 11th will be Seth Cole, 12th place is going to be Corey Williams, 13th Luis Hernandez, 14th John Garnes, 15th Danny Wells, Joey Murphy is currently 16th, 17th place Austin Ogo, and Austin LaPlante is in 18th position. Dylan Young is currently in 19th, I believe. Oh, nope. Jessica Shelton's currently scored in the 19th position right now, 1 lap down, but I believe she's taken her car to the garage. So has Zach Buchanan. Dylan Young is 2 laps down, and in a matter of moments, he will be in the 19th position. Ready to go back green? Jonathan Feld going to get us back underway here. We've only worked 2 caution flags in the last 25 laps, which with the kind of racing we've seen tonight, has been almost miraculous. Be interesting to see a lot of these guys up here. Schwallenberg, LaPrade, Feld, Johnson, Poteet, and Schmidt at one time or another in this race have tried getting an outside line working and have succeeded a couple of times. It will be interesting to see just exactly when an outside line gets formed this time, as apparently Matteo Giuliano is somewhat off the pace and he's letting those faster machines on by. Dylan Schwallenberg, the lone man on the high side right now, and look here, Corey Williams biding his time, picking his moments. Here he comes with Luis Hernandez. Those two now up here in the top 10. I believe they're currently 9th and 10th right now. Brandon Gunn's also up here. He's up in, I believe, the 7th position. So a number of drivers picking their moments, biding their time, and now up here in the hunt. Single file, though, right now between the top 9 machines. Then you got 10th place Luis Hernandez trying to catch the tail end of this draft. And wait a minute, where did the 73 go? Oh, the 73 is not even there. Corey Williams, something must have happened. I don't know if he retired or if... I believe he had a connection issue where his game crashed on him. That's a tough break for Corey because Corey was up here right in the hunt. Still single file as we're coming down here hitting the stripe for 12 laps remaining here tonight at Talladega. Ian Dutta now jumps up to the high side. Is anybody going to go with him? Well, apparently not, because Dutta now abandons his own high line, goes back to the inside, right behind Brandon Guns. You know, it's just a matter of time before somebody's going to step out of line. The question is, who's it going to be and when is it going to be? Right now, still single file. Feld, LaPrade, Johnson, there you go. Well, maybe not. I think that was almost a forced outside line there as Poteet got a little help from somebody. And now here comes Brandon Schmidt to the high side. Dylan Poteet's going to go up there with him. Is anybody else going to join him? Well, forget that outside line. They're back to the inside line. Apparently, Schmidt and Poteet may be testing the waters to see if they did go and form a high line, who would go with them. The answer right there, if that was the answer, is nobody. As Feld continues to lead the way, Dunn LaPrade right behind him. Two-time winner this season. Brandon Schmidt now jumps up again. Here comes Poteet, here comes Johnson, here comes Schwallenberg. That outside line is formed up, and they're coming to the front. Ian Dutta going to stay on the inside line, but Brandon Gunn's moved up there. So the outside line has got a number of drivers willing to run it. As now Dunn LaPrade and Jonathan Feld move up to block the advances of that outside line, and now the outside line has more drivers. Seth Cole and Luis Hernandez have moved up there. Have you ever heard of a driver getting freight trained on the inside line? Well, that's what Ian Dutta's having happen to him right now. And here comes Richard Johnson, about 7 cars in that outside line against 3 cars in the inside line. Here comes the outside line, Richard Johnson, side by side with Jonathan Feld for the lead. And that outside line is tucked up, one behind the other, That's got a lot of speed, and Richard Johnson now clears for the lead. Schmidt into second. Here comes Poteet on the outside line for third. Now that inside line needs more help, and they're not getting it. As Richard Johnson remains true to the outside line, trying to get the outside going around Jonathan Feld and Dunn LaPrade. As we hit the stripe, there's 9 laps to go here at Talladega. We've only worked 2 caution flags. Can we go green to the checkers? If a caution comes out with 3 to go, we will not have a caution flag come out. It's going to be green flag all the way to the end. So the time for a caution flag to come out is nearing its end. As now the top 3, the top 4 have cleared Feld. Johnson, Schmidt, Poteet, and Schwallenberg. Now Brandon Guns with help from Ian Dutta trying to get the outside line going. Seth Cole, Luis Hernandez helping as well. And now the top 4 jump up to help that outside line once again. Jonathan Feld and Dunn LaPrade trying to get something going there on the inside line, but they don't have enough help to do it. has come into the line this time. 8 laps to go here at Talladega. Johnson leads, Schmidt in second. Both former winners this season. Johnson won at Atlanta. Brandon Schmidt has won the last 3 races in a row. And I've talked with Schmidt before this race, and he said he's not really a restrictor plate racer. It's not exactly the kind of track he wins at. But he's right up here in the catbird seat in second place. Dylan Poteet, the points leader. He's been up in the top 5 just about all day long. He's in third. And Dylan Schwallenberg, who with Richard Johnson, I believe, has led the most laps here tonight. Those two have basically dominated this race out in front. He's up here now, the pole sitter. But look at this. Inside line starting to move now. Brandon Gunn's heading it with Jonathan Feld, Dunn LaPrade, Seth Cole, and Luis Hernandez. It's going to be 5 cars on the outside line, 5 cars on the inside line. Which line's going to move? Can Brandon Guns win in his debut? Can Jonathan Feld win his debut? Go! There they go! They've wrecked! They've wrecked! Dunn LaPrade, Ian Dutta, and Dylan Schwallenberg have wrecked, and that's going to be a caution. And this changes everything, as now Brandon Guns jumps up to the high side with Jonathan Feld. Brandon Gunn's going to try and lead this thing under yellow. Third caution of the evening. We'll have the caution coming out with 6 laps to go here tonight. Here comes Dylan Poteet trying to help Richard Johnson. It's going to be a drag race here between Richard Johnson and Brandon Guns. Who's going to get it at the line? I think the inside line's prevailing for now. Oh, it's so close. Oh, my goodness. I think Johnson just barely beat Brandon Guns. But the yellow flag is out. There's Ian Dutta. There's Dylan Schwallenberg. And I believe Dunn LaPrade, either he was collected or he nearly spun it and saved it, but he lost a ton of track position as a result. So caution flag is waving here for the 3rd time tonight. We're going to have a shootout to finish out this race at Talladega. Let's take a look at the replay first. Let's see if we can find out how exactly this started. Watch the 83. And, oh, maybe, well, Dylan Poteet gets in the car. Oh, right there. Ian Dutta turns the Dylan Schwallenberg machine around. Dutta goes up into the fence. Schwallenberg's going to get a piece of the fence as well. I don't know if it was bumper grab or if Dutta got into Schwallenberg in the corner. And then right here, Dunn LaPrade, he runs into the back of Jonathan Feld. That causes his car to go around and almost off the nose of Seth Cole, but LaPrade was indeed able to hang on to it. Or was he? Maybe that car is actually going to spin. Slides up the racetrack. Yeah, he does keep it together. Does LaPrade, but nice save there. But Ian Dunn and Dylan Schwallenberg, that's what actually brought the caution flag out. 2-car incident up here in a 10-car pack. And we're getting ready for a shootout. Let's see what's going to happen here in the finishing laps of tonight's Talladega race. Well, nobody had to pit under that caution flag, so they actually are going to restart them here on lap 35 of 38, giving us 4 laps to go here at Talladega. It's Richard Johnson, Brandon Guns, Jonathan Feld, Dylan Poteet, and Brandon Schmidt, the top 5, as we're going to hit the stripe. Green flag is back out here at Talladega. The rest of the top 10 are going to be Seth Cole, Luis Hernandez, Austin Ogle, Austin LaPlante, and Danny Wells. Then it's Schwallenberg, Dunn LaPrade, Matteo Giuliano, Joshua Collard, and Ian Dutta. Then you got Joey Murphy 7 laps down. John Garnes is retired from the race. So too is Dylan Young. Corey Williams is also out of the race apparently, along with Jessica Shelton, Zach Buchanan, Charles Jackson, and Robbie Jackson. So it looks like a total of 15 cars to finish out this thing, and all 15 appear to be up to speed. But it's a 5-car breakaway at the front of the field. Richard Johnson leading, Feld in second, Poteet third, Guns in fourth, and 5th place Brandon Schmidt. What are the odds of us having a new winner this season? Dunn LaPrade is not up here. Brandon Schmidt, however, is, and so is Richard Johnson. But Brandon Guns and Jonathan Feld making their debuts here tonight could end up winning in their debuts. Dylan Poteet, the points leader, could extend his points lead with a win tonight, as now Feld takes a peek up high, now tucks back in line. And now here comes Luis Hernandez and Seth Cole. What was a 5-car pack is now a 7-car pack. It's about to be more as now Austin Ogo and Dunn LaPrade are starting to catch up. Schwallenberg and Dutta, who got together in that last caution, they're working together to catch up. Single file snake through turn number 3. Is anyone going to step out of line here? Not just yet. Ooh, Feld taking a peek, now thinks better of it. And now Austin Ogo looking underneath of Dunn LaPrade, but he didn't have any drafting help to be able to get there. As Richard Johnson still leads the way. Feld in second, 2 to go. And Ogo has now cleared Dunn LaPrade. LaPrade now at the tail end of this long single file snake. If they're going to make their moves, it's got to be pretty soon, or are they just waiting until the final lap? Drivers that may settle it out are as follows: Johnson, Feld, Poteet, Guns, Brandon Schmidt, Luis Hernandez, Seth Cole, Austin Ogo, Dunn LaPrade, and Dylan Schwallenberg is now caught up to the tail end of this. Here we go. Drivers starting to step out of line, slicing and dicing, making moves. White flag this next time by. Who is it gonna be? It could be one of 9 drivers. It's a 6-car breakaway right now, but a 5-car pack is now single file trying to run him down and get maybe a run here. Heading into the final lap, Richard Johnson leading. What is going to happen here? Who is going to make the move? We've seen the outside line work. Will anybody try the outside line here on the back straightaway? Here we go. Poteet jumps to the high side. Here comes Brandon Guns with him. Brandon Schmidt up there. Luis Hernandez, Richard Johnson comes up blocking. They're rubbing fenders. They made some contact there. Look at this. Squeeze in between Johnson and the wall is Poteet. He made it work. Now Johnson comes down to get the inside line. Feld gets clipped by Dunn LaPrade. Feld now comes back up into traffic. Seth Cole hits him and still Feld hangs on. But Poteet got around to the high side. Brandon Guns helping him. Here comes Guns to the high side. He's going to try and get him at the stripe. Poteet, Guns, Schmidt. It's Poteet winning his first race of the season. And he now gets clipped by Brandon Guns crossing the stripe. But Poteet, with an amazing move there in turn 3, is going to hang on. And he's going to win here tonight, his first win of the season. The points leader goes to victory lane at Talladega. Jonathan Feld offering his congratulations. What a win for Dylan Poteet, and what a finish. Richard Johnson did all he could. He almost squeezed the outside line into the wall, but he could not hold off that outside line, and Poteet hangs on to it out of 4, and everybody amazingly got through that final lap. Unbelievable. Wow. What a race, what a finish, and Poteet wins it 1 week after he almost won it at Watkins Glen, but ended up spinning out with a couple laps to go. Brandon Guns in his debut, he'll come away with second. Brandon Schmidt in third. Dylan Schwallenberg, what a comeback for him, started on the pole. We saw him get involved in that late caution. He's going to get fourth, and fifth place is going to be Richard Johnson, who almost was able to get his second win of the season. Luis Hernandez was in sixth. Seventh place will be Dunn LaPrade. Austin Ogo in eighth. Ninth place is going to be Jonathan Feld after he nearly wrecked it out of 4. And Seth Cole's going to complete the top 10. Then it was Ian Dutta, Austin LaPlante, Danny Wells. Matteo Giuliano will be the last car on the lead lap in 14th. Joshua Collard, we got told, ran out of fuel and had to come to pit road in the final stages. He'll finish 15th. 16th was Joey Murphy. Then it was John Garnes, Dylan Young, Corey Williams, Jessica Shelton, Zach Buchanan, Charles Jackson, and Robbie Jackson finishing out of the race. But Dylan Poteet takes his car to victory lane here tonight at Talladega. Hope you guys enjoyed this race. Hope you'll tune in next week as we head to the desert. Phoenix International Raceway is next on our schedule. We will see you guys next time here on the NSCRA Icebreakers Online Series on the SRA Sports Channel.
From the west coast to West Virginia, and every town in between, come Friday night, there's a stream of tail lights hitting the local scene. They got ragtop step sides, hot rods and low rides, anything on 4 wheels. Cruise getting ready